our star today, Kelly Monteith.
Hey.
Wow, the crowd's going crazy, Kelly. It's so great to hear your voice. We were just saying it's been about 32 years, but time flies, right?
It sure does, man. I can't believe that was that long ago. It seems like yesterday. I remember the club so vividly, working up there.
Well, we had the pleasure of having you in the club a couple times in the mid to late 80s. You were already quite a celebrity. I'd love to talk about your history in stand-up comedy and how it led to television and movies. But I got to tell you, I had lunch with a very good friend of both of ours, Steve Bruner, and he said, He said, one of my standard questions is, how'd you get a start in comedy? He says you have a terrific story about how you ended up being a stand-up comic.
Well, it's something I always wanted to do, but in the days that I started out, there was no comedy clubs like the one you had. So it was just wherever you could get a job is where you worked. And I started out basically in strip clubs. The old strip clubs, not the kind you have today where they're totally naked and work on a pole. These were, I guess, we would burlesque. They wore pasties and G-strings and
right. In fact, at a lot of the clubs back in the 60s and 70s, stand-up comedy was kind of a break for dancers, or in jazz clubs for the jazz bands.
Yeah. I did band breaks, and I would go up between strippers and do a couple of minutes, and then bring up the next one. And then sometimes, the band would take a break, and I'd have to do like 20 minutes or so.
Well, talk about a great training ground, although those are tough audiences for a comic.
They were tough, but you learn how to survive up there. Basically, that was you really couldn't do. I mean, I tried stuff out a little bit here and there, but for the most part, it was you just had to survive.
Right.